Today I'm going to talk a little bit about leadership and documentation. Documentation meaning documents that are written and documents that are signed. And I want to tell you about a problem that I see regularly with entrepreneurs and startup business people. They do not do a good job of documentation. They don't take documentation seriously, and they end up with all kinds of problems, which can lead to legal problems, and they can lead to very expensive problems. So what's the solution to not documenting? Well, it's pretty simple. Let's start thinking about documentation. Let's start thinking about how to do it. Let's integrate it into our discussions and our agreements, and let's figure out whether I can do it myself using some sort of tool like LegalZoom or some library of documents or some government agency, the Secretary of State, that might help me with a document. Or do I need a lawyer, one of my service provider allies, a good lawyer on my team, to help document different agreements? There's a saying that I carry around with me most of my business life, which is, Paylink is better than a good handshake. And I'm going to repeat that again when I finish this video, but Paylink is better than a good handshake. It's no longer possible to seal a deal with a handshake like it might have been 50 years ago. It's no longer possible to actually believe that people will do what they say they're going to do. In fact, I think we've reached a point now in society, I hate to say it, but it's probably better not to trust anybody that you're doing business with or you're communicating with if you're going to have any kind of a binding arrangement with them without putting it in writing. Kind of sad that we've gotten to that point, but that's my belief, that you can't really trust anybody. And if you don't put it in writing, you're not going to have a deal that you can actually count on and take to the bank. You've heard the saying that you can do 10 things right in business, and everybody's patting you on the back as a big leader and a good leader, but you have one real screw up, and all the 10 good things that you've done are lost in the noise. Well, that happens because people are not documenting agreements, are not documenting transactions, contracts, etc. And believe me, I've had clients as a business coach who think that having a draft agreement, some kind of an agreement that they put out, that they signed their name to, was going to be binding. Well, that's not at all binding, even if the client appears to accept the agreement, appears to begin to operate under the terms and conditions of that agreement. If that's not a two-way signature, a two-way obligation, then you don't have anything that's legal. And when these things blow up and then you have to get lawyers involved, the money goes out very, very quickly, and on top of the money, you lose goodwill, you do a damage to your reputation that you can't get back, and you have broken partnerships and broken friendships. So I can't emphasize how important it is to document. I want you to keep your eye on the prize as the business manager, as the business leader. The eye on the prize is, what are you selling? The business, the service. That's what your eye should be on. That's your prize. Use resources to help you with other aspects of your business. Documentation is no exception. If you need a lawyer, it's good money spent to have lawyers help you document and get agreements signed and witnessed. Again, I'll end with, Paylink is better than a good handshake. Don't forget that.